Action on this matter. I'm joined on the line by Advocate Karabo Mvubo of the Rivonia Group of Advocates. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. What does this ruling mean in simple terms?
Thank you for having me, ma'am. The ruling essentially allows for people like you and I to participate in elections. And one thing that has to be understood is that the Constitution, you can start perhaps at looking at sections 46, where the National Assembly is constituted. That provision allows for an Act of Parliament to determine how precisely Parliament is going to be constituted. And in terms of the Act of Parliament that was put together, it was the Electoral Act. The Electoral Act then establishes what you call a party proportional representation system, which means that you must have parties firstly, and then the parties will then represent or be represented in Parliament per their representation, per the votes that they receive, which effectively, in a sense, excluded individuals from participating and therefore being able to participate in, rather being elected and participate in Parliament. So the first point is you and I now can run and participate in elections, and if we are voted in without affiliation to a party, we can still be members of Parliament. The point is that the Constitutional Court is stating that each person, per what Section 19(3)(b) says, should be entitled to stand, and if they are elected, be in public office. And that's the point to the judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that Electoral Act is unconstitutional, what must be done to make sure that it's in line with the Constitution?
The judgment is specific. The unconstitutionality is limited to to the point that people are excluded from participating in elections purely on the reason that they are not affiliated to a party. So that's the only aspect of it that is declared unconstitutional. So insofar as remedying that, the courts don't have powers to change the statute or the legislation. Parliament is responsible, or the legislature is responsible for changing the law. So that will go back to the legislature for purposes of redrafting. And the court has given Parliament 24 months, I beg your pardon, within which to try and rectify that issue.
Mm-hmm. So within these 24 months, what does Parliament have to do, and is this the end of the court process?
The court process, certainly, the point is this, if the 24 months come and go, there may well be a need to report back if they are not done with the assignment of updating it to align with the Constitution. But the essence of it is, once they comply with amending the relevant provisions to allow for independent parties, the court process is indeed complete.
Advocate Karabo Mvubo joining us there to help us understand that judgment that was handed down a little bit earlier on today. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News this afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am.